Welcome to The Way Forward, a website aiming to give a brief introduction to the world's population, its demands, and how its economic system could be its making or breaking. As you navigate through the site, you will see that there are several tabs at the top of the screen. There is a tab for each economic system, as well as one where you can have your say by answering our questionnaire or subscribing to our Twitter feed. The planet Earth is resource rich and able to sustain the human race so far. However, as the human race becomes increasingly hungry for resources, there could be several problems. Overpopulation and overconsumption are two of the biggest problems that humanity faces, and they go hand in hand. Overpopulation refers to when the population of a place is too high for it to be sustained, while overconsumption considers the amount that each person consumes to be just as important. An extremely high population who has very low individual consumption is not necessarily a problem. If we consider this graph from the US Census Bureau showing that by 2050 over 9 billion people will be on our planet, it is difficult to imagine how Earth is supposed to sustain us. However, if we consider this graph, things become much less scary. Population 1 has 7 billion people, our current figure. However, for every billion people, the generic consumption rating is 5, while population 2 has 9 billion people, but for every billion, the consumption rating is only 4. As a result, an increase of 2 billion people would result in a generic consumption rating increase of 1. While it must be stressed that the generic consumption rating is entirely fictitious, it does serve some purpose in this example. It shows that the management of resources is extremely important in protecting our society from a sustainability crisis. So, did you know that our economic system could be just as important as population and consumption rates? It can be a force for good in order to heighten profit or to sustain stocks of a scarce resource. Goods may be produced more efficiently through a capitalist economic system. This can reduce waste, while other economic systems may reduce waste simply to protect the environment. Long-term investment into new goods and services which are more economically and environmentally viable may be done in order to gain an advantage over competition. However, the economic system can also be a force for evil. Focus on profit to the exclusion of other factors can result in profitable goods being produced above their sustainable limits, or goods that are environmentally damaging, such as strip mining, being conducted despite its terrible consequences. Valuation of natural resources in systems such as environmental economics can be a force for good. However, they can also be used by corporations to justify environmental degradation. So, it is important to have an idea of the different models available when deciding upon the way forward.